Plot style tables. A plot style table contains plot styles. We need to choose between two different types of plot styles. We have the color dependent plot style table and the name plot style table. The color dependent plot style table uses the file extension as CTB, and the plot style table name extension uses STB. The color dependent basically assigns a line weight to each color. So we can have up to 256 different line weights, each one tied to a color. So therefore all my reds in my drawing will be a certain line weight. All my cyans will be a certain line weight. All my greens will be a certain line weight. All my color 10s will be a certain line weight. And so to determine what line weight it plots at, you have to draw it as that color. Okay? This is the original way AutoCAD plotted, is by color dependent plot styles. A newer method is called the name plot style table, in which we define plot styles. So therefore we can go in there and we can assign this plot style to the layer, and then that layer, then let's say it's drawn as red, we can go in there and say we want it to be a plot style called all black, or we could have a plot style that is grayscaled, or we could have a plot style that is color. And so therefore we can have that take on those properties. Even though it's red on the screen, it might print as grayscale, or it might print as black, or we could put a color in there so it prints it as color. So we can define it any way we want. So therefore we could have one color being plotted as multiple line weights. So for example, in the color dependent, blue would be a certain line weight. So if we're drawing some the edge of the water in a civil drawing, it's going to have to be that line weight regardless. Whatever that color it says it is, that's what it plots. And we only get that one line weight of blue. But in our name plot styles, we could have blue all over our drawing, and we can assign it different plot styles, and we could have one being plotted blue, we could have one being plotted a thin line blue, another one being fat line blue, another one could be a thin line black or a fat line black. So our name styles give us a lot more flexibility than our color dependent ones do. Now, the book says ideally you should create them as a color dependent plot style table. That's because that's the old school. That's what AutoCAD is set up for. I sort of disagree. If I have my choice, I'd much rather use a name plot style, an STB. They are a lot more user friendly and a lot more versatile. And just because it was the old way of doing things doesn't mean it's the best way of doing things. So I understand it's the default method, but I'm big on STB files. And but you will find most companies will probably still be sticking with the color dependent plot styles because they don't have CAD users who know what a name plot style table is, so therefore they don't use it. So you need to know both styles of what each one of them does and how they work.